Most CEU courses flop. You know the ones I'm talking about. They're boring, they're packed with jargon, and worst of all, they don't solve a real problem that BCBAs are desperate to fix. But here's the thing. A single well-designed CEU course can completely shift how people see you. It can position you as a trusted expert, open the door to new income, and deepen your impact in the field, even if you've never taught online before. Today, I'm giving you the exact 7-step blueprint I use to help BCBAs create CEUs that people actually want to buy. There's no tech overwhelm, no endless slide decks, no months wasted building something that no one watches. I'm Amelia Delphonse, BCBA for almost a decade and co-founder of Master ABA. We've helped thousands of BCBA grow with real world CEUs, and I've helped many turn what they already know into high impact sellout courses. If you're ready to stand out as a thought leader and finally get paid to share what you're already great at, let's dive in. Oh, and a quick heads up. Later, I'm going to show you how to sell your CEU without feeling salesy. That one step alone has changed everything for our members. So the first lesson is to pick a problem, not a topic. Here's where most CEU courses go wrong right from the start. They start with a topic, something like reinforcement or FCT or ethics. But here's the truth. People don't buy topics. They buy solutions to problems that keep them up at night. Nobody rushes to register for a webinar that's called Reinforcement Basics, but say how to get parents to actually use reinforcement without nagging them every 5 minutes. And now they're lining up. So how do you find the right problem to solve? Start by listening where BCBAs vent. Go to Facebook groups, Reddit, or LinkedIn. Look for posts that start with, does anyone else struggle with, or what do you do when? If it keeps showing up, it's a clue. For example, just last week, I saw someone post, how do you get parents to actually follow through with a plan at home? That post blew up, and that's a CEU waiting to happen. Also, think back. What frustrated you as a new BCBA? For me, it was behavioral skills training. I felt like I was babysitting grown adults. When I cracked the code, others wanted to know how I did it. And another clue is, what do people thank you for? If colleagues or parents say, wow, that finally makes sense, you're already explaining something better than most. So package that. Once you've got an idea, you need to test it. Ask a few colleagues, if I created a CEU on this problem, would it help you? If 3 people say, yes, please, you've struck gold. If not, just tweak it a little bit. So what's the number one problem that BCBAs ask you about? Drop it in the comments and I'll let you know if it's CEU worthy. So the second lesson is to design the outcomes first. Now that you've picked your problem, don't open PowerPoint just yet. This is the step almost everyone skips. It's why most CEUs leave people saying, oh, that was fine, but now what? People don't pay for information, they pay for transformation. If someone walks away saying, I know exactly what to do Monday morning, they're going to rave about your course and come back for the next one. So here's how to do it. Write 3 sentences, each starting with, after this course, you will not understand reinforcement. That's too vague. So try something like, after this course, you will identify why parents drop out early, or you will apply 3 strategies to boost parent follow through, or you will feel confident coaching resistant families. Specific, clear, actionable. Now be ruthless. If a slide or story doesn't drive one of those outcomes, cut it. Think behavior plan, not textbook. There's no room for fluff. Then you want to pair each outcome with a story. People forget definitions. They remember that time the mom ghosted you until you tried a 2-minute win. So finally, build in reflection. Say, pause here and name one parent who's pulling away. Circle a strategy you're going to use first. And if you're wondering how this kind of clarity makes selling easier, I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Think about it. If someone paid you $50 for 1 hour of your brain, what's the one thing you'd want them to do differently? That's your first outcome. Okay, so lesson 3 is to build content like a behavior plan. This is where most CEU creators overwhelm people. They cram in everything they know. It's like handing someone a whole tool shed when all they needed was a wrench. Instead, build your CEU like a behavior plan: baseline, intervention, generalization. So for baseline, you want to spend maybe 5 to 15 minutes setting the stage. Show why this problem exists and why the usual approaches don't work. Keep it short. This isn't a thesis. Use one stat or story that makes them say, yeah, that's me. Okay, so for the intervention, this is where 70% of your course exists. You want to teach 3 to 5 strategies max. Think of it like a task analysis for solving the problem. Here's an example. For parent follow-through, you might teach the following steps: how to build buy-in with 2-minute wins, how to use visuals instead of verbal lectures, and how to reinforce effort, not perfection. Each strategy should be maybe 10 minutes. One concept, one real story, one action step. You can dive deeper if your CEU course is going to be longer. So the final step is generalization. This is the last 25% of your CEU course. This is where they apply all of the information that you've shared. So ask, which of these will you try first? Or what barrier might come up and how are you going to handle it? Even better, have them fill out a 1-page action plan. So lesson 4 is to make it engaging without losing credibility. CEUs that are technically correct but dull are dead on arrival. If your audience is checking email halfway through, you've already lost them and your next sale. But you don't need to be a comedian. You just need to connect. Tell a short story every 10 minutes. Even a 30-second real life example makes it human. Share mistakes. Be real. Vulnerability builds trust. Use 2 or more interactive moments. If it's live, use polls. If it's recorded, build in prompts. You can say something like, pause and write the name of a staff you'd try this with. Clean up your slides. Use only one idea per slide with a maximum of 3 bullets. Make the text large so it's easy for people to read. If it's in your script, it shouldn't be on your slide because people won't need to read it. Show your personality. Say, I used to be the queen of over-explaining. I'd deliver a mini dissertation while parents smiled politely. Dry CEUs are like treadmill lectures. Everyone's moving, but no one's going anywhere. And when people enjoy your CEU, they talk, and that sells the next one for you. So lesson 5 is to handle the tech without overwhelm. This is where most brilliant CEUs die, not from bad content, but from tech fear. So here's a simple fix. First, you need to become an ACE provider. You need 3 or more years as a BCBA with in good standing, and you need to submit your application through the BACB. It's paperwork, but it's not too painful. If you're too new, then you don't need to worry about it. Build trainings anyway. You'll be ready by the time you qualify. And then step 2 is to record your course. Zoom and a $30 mic is totally fine. Good lighting beats fancy gear. Put the lamp in front of you and have your laptop at eye level. And the third step is to host on a platform that's built for BCBAs like Master ABA or Behavior Live. No need for a website. Built-in post-tests and certificates are what really make a difference. Then step 4 is to build your post-test. Don't make it complex. Have 5 questions max. Tie it directly to outcomes. But here's a pro tip. Instead of using those questions, use code words like pineapple in your slides because no one can Google that. All right. Lesson 6 is to price and package like a pro. Most first-time CEU creators undercharge. They slap on a $10 tag and wonder why no one bites. Here's why that backfires. Low price signals low value. A standard like $20 per CEU hour is affordable, it's professional, and it's respected. But you can also bundle smart. If you have 3 CEUs, you can put them together for $49. Or you can add a workbook that increases the perceived value. This is really great for relaunches if you're relaunching an older course. CEUs aren't just income, they're marketing. Every CEU you sell builds trust in your other offers. So here's an example. My CEUs on parent training all reference our Achieve curriculum. Many of our students end up buying both. But the key is to make the information in the CEU course valuable in and of itself, so they're getting value even if they don't buy your other product. So think about it. If you've already created CEUs, are you charging under $20? And if you are, I think that you need to rethink the strategy. Comment below and I'll give you some encouragement. So this brings us to the final lesson, lesson 7, which is to launch and sell without feeling sleazy. Selling feels awkward to most BCBAs, but you're not selling, you're inviting. You're going to share tips related to your CEU first. Like, here's how I get parents to follow through. If you want more, my CEU opens on Friday. You can also answer questions in groups. When someone asks about your CEU topic, reply genuinely. Then say, I teach a full CEU on this if you want the deep dive. You can use a waitlist or early bird if you're planning in advance. You can say, I'm opening a specific number of discounted spots and offer to send them the link if they comment to your post. You can get testimonials. Ask people who you know to take the course and ask what's one thing you'll do differently after the CEU. And that information sells better than traditional ads. And keep sharing. Most people don't buy the first time they're exposed to an ad. Post behind the scenes videos or information, give away tips, stay visible. Selling isn't shouting, it's extending a hand. You already do it. This just gives you a megaphone to do it. So now you have the blueprint. You pick a problem, not a topic. Design outcomes first. Build it like a behavior plan. Make it engaging. Handle tech simply. Price and package professionally, and launch with confidence. Inside Beyond Boundaries, you can go watch the CEU course Design, Deliver, Inspire now. It's in your member portal. And if you want to see how I use CEUs to grow bigger offers, check out our Achieve Parent Training curriculum. Now, go make something incredible.